Let's go, my people. Do you hear me well? We're gonna check that out in a second. I think I found my setup here. I think it did. So let me just see if you hear me well, guys, and we get it going, right? Don't worry about nothing. Thank you for the subscribers. First and foremost, I've just passed 400 subscribers and I am really happy. And I thank you guys for that. I appreciate you for that. It took forever. If I'm real with you, it took forever to get to 400. I felt like, let me just hear myself. To get to 400. I felt like, no, let me just hear myself. It doesn't sound good, does it? Let me do it like this then. These microphones, man, are funny. Let me see now. I want it to be heard correctly, you know? I want it to be heard correctly. So it's just... sounds good, does it? Let me do it like this then. These microphones, man, are funny. Let me see now. I want it to be heard correctly, you know? I want it to be heard correctly. So it's just... I think it works. It's cool. Let's go. All right, guys. Guess the question of the day. Did you train today? I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know if the cat is okay. I wish it is, but I don't want to know. If the dog is okay, I wish it is, but I don't want to know. Right? I wish you all the best in everything. Business, love, affection, whatever. But that's not my question. Right? That's not the point of the conversation. I want to know, did you train today? Are you working towards something? Are we just looking out mirrors, looking out windows? Are we just looking at what the other people do? Right? Do we flip and train or what? Right? It's summertime. Are you guys aware of the fact that summer is here? We're wearing shorts, we're wearing t-shirts. It's time to show these arms, these legs, this body. It's time to showcase, right, what you've been doing in the gym. If you're not doing it now, when are you going to do it? Are you going to do it during the winter? Everybody's, it's got 4 jackets on. Is that what you're going to do? What? It does not make sense. It's now. Now. Wow. I'm telling you, time is now. It is now. There's still a long way before August. There's still plenty of time to put a great performance for a month and a half, right? And get to August in tremendous shape, possibly the best shape of your life. And I'm not kidding. I'm training people. I put every single one of my clients on the 15 weeks program, right? I didn't force no one. Everybody was super excited, right? Because they want to see the product of this hard work. And the only way to do it is with a specific planned in the year, organized, beautiful cut where you reduce your body fat, right? It's much better during the summer as well. When it's very hot, it's nice to be light and lean, all right? You're going to look tremendous during the summer. Everybody's going to tell you, wow, yeah, great job. And it's a great feeling because you've been working out. You've been at the gym. And everybody knows you've been at the gym, but everybody also knows that you keep showing up with that big belly of yours. Yes, your arms are a little bit bigger, but what about that belly? Do you know what I mean? So it's just to give a purpose to what you're doing. You know, I understand it's health reason, but it's also healthy to create this weight management throughout the year. And I'll tell you how I break it down for myself, for some of my clients too. Obviously, you got 4 seasons, right? And I look at what is more natural to me, right? And to most people, right? If you ask, and if you even ask yourself, when is the time of the season where I like to eat the most, right? And that is the winter time, naturally. It's cold outside. I want to eat warm food. Yeah, I want to, do you know what I'm saying? And it's easy for me and for most people to stomach a good amount of food. So there is a natural predisposition to eat during the winter. On the other side, it's the month where I struggle to eat because it's too hot. It's the summer. And most people is the same, right? It's the summer, so there is a natural predisposition to eat a little bit less and lighter during the summer because it's hot, it's boiling. I'm not gonna eat roasted chicken, super hot roasted chicken during the summer. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not gonna happen. It's too hot. I'm not gonna get anywhere near the oven during the summer, right? We get to 37 degrees here. You know, we're not playing. So look at the natural, right? Natural situation here. And we try to accommodate that as much as possible, right? Also the summer, that is what I just said. Everybody's wearing a t-shirt. You're gonna go to the beach. You're gonna be, hey, Juan, I'm very good, man. How about you, my brother? So you gotta have to show this body, either you like it or not, right? During the winter, you're really not gonna have much occasion to showcase. You always wear 2 jumpers, a hoodie, a jacket, a beanie hat. Nobody sees nothing. I put 12 to 13 kg on every winter. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows nothing. Because I'm overdressed. Nobody sees nothing. So, hello, Apse, hi. What's going on? Like and subscribe, please, if you haven't. But I'm trying to make a point here. So we're trying to follow the natural behavior of us, like a normal behavior, right? So what I do is this. Starting from the winter, right, in January, I am fully bulking. And I am of this opinion in the matter of clean or dirty, right? I do it clean, right? Because I have intolerances. I have developed this intolerance in the last few years. I don't know where they came from. I always had them, but in the last few years they got worse. So I have to do everything super clean. But if you can take the damage, if you can digest, if you say control the damage, if you are in charge and you are aware of how many calories you eat, even during the bulk, okay? So is a plan organized chaos, the bulk, okay? Then during the winter, you're going to be storing a little bit more fat, which is great because it's cold and it works as an insulator. Fat is a natural insulator. That's why you see these very big people just wearing a little jumper during a very cold day of the winter, because they have all this fat layer that provides insulation and protect them from the cold, right? So it's only healthy to increase the percentage of body fat in a controlled manner. Okay, you don't want to get to 120 kg, right? During the winter, it has to be controlled, right? And then then you choose. Then it's up to you. What I mean with it is that you can calculate it towards your holidays. You can calculate it towards the 1st of January, because as soon as it's hot, you want to look tremendous. It's up to you. But then you do your math, you calculate the 15 weeks, right? You're nice and bulked up. You must have, if you worked correctly and accordingly, built new muscle. And now it's time to show them, to allow these muscles to pop out, right? And create this muscular body that you want, that, right? And that's the story. I'm from Italy. But anyway, 15 weeks, you get to the desired body fat percentage, and you enjoy the summer. And you create an environment where you maintain. So you're going to increase the calories after the 15 weeks, but it's going to be just your calories requirements. We're going to maintain the body. And then as we go towards the autumn, beginning of the winter, then we go back into bulking and we try to put on a new layer of muscle. And with each and every cut, your muscularity should increase, because every year you've been putting on a layer of muscle, right? And yeah, this is how I see fitness. This is how I work, and it's great. It's organized. It's not random. It's not for everybody either. That also has to be said when I say, obviously, I've been just extremely positive, but you might be a 50 years old that, or 45 years old dude that have not done anything in years. You might want to be in bulk dash maintenance for 3-4 years based on your level, right? And based on the type of session that we able to pull off, and so there's no point to cut, right? So everybody's different, but I am just saying, yeah, if you're young and strong, right? So you have youth on your side and everything, you can do this. But I think I'm just trying to make a point that I'm doing it wrong. Everybody can do this plan, but at the same time, no, everyone can do it. Okay, if that makes any sense, right? Everything has to be taken specifically. You might need to go through 3 years bulk, or it might be your choice, or it might be me that tells you, look, there might be nothing to show, right? There might be nothing to show, and we might lose that little that we have cutting. That's why I see so many skinny fats these days. When I see the most horrifying guy that I saw, he was a client. I can talk because anyway, I don't mention names, so it's not a problem. I was living up north, and there was this girl that she was a trainer. She was a beautiful girl. I'm not gonna lie. Very beautiful, very young. She must have been like 10 years younger than me. I used to train her dad. And she was a trainer, a very new trainer. And because obviously she was beautiful, she was gorgeous, really. She had loads of clients, and what you're gonna do? It is what it is. But then I move on from the gym because the gym closed down because of the COVID, right? And so I had to find myself another business because I had a son and bills to pay. That's what was very disruptive for my personal training business and dreams. But yeah, I meet a guy, and I sold trainers for like 10 years, yeah. And when I used to sell trainers, I used to look at people's feet. right? It makes sense, right? You sell trainers, you look at people's feet. Now that I do this, it's just automatic to me. I just scan people. And I saw this man after some time. I have not seen him in a long time. And he lost tons of weight. Tons of weight. But it does not carry a single gram of muscle. Skinny fat as you won't believe it. With dark under the skin. I do not know the plan that it was put through. I didn't even like the guy, so I didn't even ask. I didn't mention. I didn't comment. I didn't care. It's not, first and foremost, I knew the girl and I wanted to be respectful. It's none of my business, right? To tell to somebody, yo, your trainer is messing you up. I mind my own business when it comes to these things. If I don't have anything nice to say, I say nothing at all. But to you guys today, I'm not saying no names, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just telling you a case where the man got put in an extreme diet deficit, calorie deficit diet for sure, because he lost tons of weight. And but really and truly, he wasn't ready for it because he didn't have any muscle mass, right? And he started too weak, too muscle empty, right? So the cut was actually detrimental to him because the body's not used to retain muscles because we never had muscles. For sure, they were not lifting weights. And they were probably doing circuits or Tabata or this HIT, which are better for performers, runners, boxers, performers, not bodybuilders or people that are trying to create a new body. Because what was the problem there? The problem was that the man had to work out a little bit first for like 2-3 years, 4-5 years before even talking about cutting and showing a frame. Because what kind of frame you're going to show? You're going to be, if you don't have any muscle, zero whatsoever, because you've been working in a bank for all of your life. There's nothing wrong with working in a bank. It's just it comes with that. Yeah, if you do that all your life and nothing else, you're not going to have any muscle on you. It's very simple, right? So if you cut, right, you're just going to be skinny fat, very, very skinny and fat and flat and soft, right? So in that case, you might need 3-4 years of bulking, actually. Hello, everyone. Yeah, thank you for joining the show. Please like and subscribe. I just thanked everyone for the 400 subscribers. I'm really happy with it. It took me some time, guys, to get from 300 to 400. And I hope the next 100 will be faster. So if you could like and subscribe, I would appreciate you. You can check all the links on my channels. If you like what I say, I train people, I coach people, I online coach people, I do loads of things, and I've been doing this for some years now. Actually celebrating 10 years this year, and it was a long way. Anyway, hello India, what's going on? Yeah, man. So probably the solution there is, and for what I am seeing, and this was in 2020, the thing that I just told you of the man just was 2020 during COVID. And I think I saw him in 2021 when I saw him super skinny, because you didn't see people for like a year during COVID, you know. And I found him extremely pale, dry, empty, and soft. And I was like, this guy is just a badly fed individual. That's what is showing from all this. Badly fed. Because why? Because he needed actually to change his nutritional intake, calories intake, increase and start to work with some weights. Depending on the case, maybe maintaining or possibly increasing calories to help muscle development, and see how it goes. But for sure, you can't put a man, even if you get him overweight, right? But you test him out and he struggle with the 3 kg dumbbells, right? To do bicep curls, yeah? Or 5 kg dumbbells, a man. A 5'10" man that struggles with the 5 kg dumbbell for biceps, right? That tells you a lot, right? Women, like tiny women's lift enormous amount of weight. It's not that I want to say that, but I'm just saying, mothers, normal, like, sized women, yeah, do that. So there's absence of muscle. There's nothing. So if you put that guy in a cut, you're just gonna destroy, like, you're gonna just make him weaker. It's just gonna be a weak guy getting absolutely weaker. So very likely you will have to actually increase the calories, review the macros, train hard, and review every month and see how it goes. And actually, you will be actually looking to increase weight in that case, because you want to facilitate muscle development with a calorie excess diet. Does it make sense, guys? Am I talking sense? If anybody is paying attention, I think I'm dropping knowledge here. But hey, I don't blame the girl for messing it up completely. She just qualified. I think she was in her 20s. So, do you know what I mean? She was new. And I believe he didn't care. I think he was just interested in the girl. I was a complete knob, by the way. And it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But look, I say it pretty much in every stream that I do. If in 2 months there's nothing tangible, you have to change your trainer. I'm not talking about the look necessarily, but if your technique has not improved drastically in 2 months, if you don't feel confident doing certain standard basic exercises, if you have not gained any decent amount of strength, considering you've been trained two times a week for 2 months, that's quite a few sessions. And if you've been dieting correctly, something dramatic will happen in a positive way to your body. Okay? So if that's not happening, right, you got to change your trainer. You got to change your personal trainer, mate. There's got to be something tangible, strength-wise, look-wise, whatever-wise. But there's got to be something to be measured, right? In the space of 2 months, there should be something tangible. And I wanted to talk about skipping a training session. First of all, if you've been very consistent, like crazy consistent, to the point that when you miss one session, it's just something crazy, probably missing that session is going to be very beneficial to you. If it's just that once every, right? And you've been very consistent, you've been working out really hard, an extra rest day is not going to harm you. What you don't want to be doing, and it's very obvious, is to readjust a plan because you missed one flipping day. Do nothing. right? You didn't train because that happened. Life happens to everyone. Next day you show up like nothing, right? And you carry on. You follow your flipping plan, and you trust the process. Okay? Obviously, you can train the next day if you can, right? But if you can't, if you train in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you're skipping the Wednesday one, you're not going to change all your everything on Friday, right? You're just going to continue, create that consistency, that you don't want to stop that momentum. Yeah? Do not stop the momentum. There is time for thinking, and that happens before the plan is made. Where you think, where you sit down, and you can change your mind 100 million times, because that's what you're there for, to create, to change your mind. I might do this, now I might do that. Then you're allowed for thinking for as long as you want. But once you're done and you figure it out and you made your mind up and you thought about it 1 billion times, you can't go back to that thing, bro. You can't go back to that thing, because you might as well just chose the first one, the first thing that you thought. You might as well, right? You make your mind up. This is the plan. Now it's time to execute. So no thinking, no changing, no twisting, no flipping, no nothing. A train running. And you trust the process. That's what you do. Every month you review, you check the weight, you check everything. Every week you check the weight, yeah? And obviously, if in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, there's nothing tangible happening, then obviously you need to do it with somebody with experience, yeah? With experience. They can see your body, they can see the way you're moving, they can see everything, right? With experience, not to do by yourself. You're probably gonna hurt yourself. But hey, what I'm trying to say is, do not overthink, don't change things around all the time. You skip one session, you just move on like a train. Don't get negative thoughts. Don't get stressed out. Just chill out, man. It's just training, yeah? We're healthy individuals. We're lucky. We're very lucky, so no stress. It's not because we're not healthy, right? We want to be healthier. We want to look better, right? This is the story here. So no stress involved. So yeah, guys, it's not an easy thing, yeah. I never said that, but you gotta get it done. And I offer plans of all sorts. I offer the 15 weeks training plan that is very, very popular during the summer. Yeah, I push it a lot during the summer because it makes more sense. And then I offer a yearly plan, so where you just join my my coaching and my training for a full year, right? Then I do the 6 months, I do monthly, I do all sorts of things. Me, I see that for a guy that, and I want to be realistic, and I don't want to lie to people, and I don't want to mess around. It takes years, a long time. It takes years. It's not a quick thing. This is a long journey, right? It's not something that it happens in 6 months. Yep. You might look better, you might feel better, but you're scratching the surface. We're talking about maximizing human capabilities. Maximize your genetic ability, right? Not rocks unturned. We're gonna figure out what you're made of, what you've done, what's your body, and we're gonna get it there. We're gonna get it there naturally. I'm never gonna advise you to get any proteins, any steroids, any nothing. I'm completely against that thing. Look, yesterday I checked, I was saying, I think I said it already, but who cares? I'll say it again. friend of mine came over, we checked his diet, we look at these proteins that he takes, right? I always told him, do not take that rubbish. Anyway, we looked it up, and they had 14 grams of proteins. I don't remember what was, I can check it out, hang on. I got it here. I have to find the right date. It was it was laughable. It was laughable. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna find it for you because it's eyes opener, you know? Let me see if I can find it, because although I have the old technology I need, I'm still a mess. Nothing I can do about it. Eccoci qua, here you go. My proteins, proteini di canapa, 30 grams. They provide 30 grams of proteins, my proteins of canapa. They have 14 grams of proteins, 9 grams of carbs. So it's nearly 50-50 between carbs and proteins. 2 grams of fat, 1 gram of sugar. Okay. So 14 grams of protein for 9 grams of carbs. Guys, if you're happy with that, I don't know what to say. I don't understand it. You eating a cake, you don't even know. And when I showed him, it was like, are carbs in a protein shake? Brother, do you read labels? Can you read labels? Of course. Of course, otherwise they will taste absolute disgusting. Why do they taste nice to you? Because there's flipping sugar in it. And it's sugar, like the most toxic one. But then let me break this down to you, my people. 2 boiled eggs, 12 grams of protein. So the same as your protein shake. 1 gram of carbohydrates. If you want to demonize the carbohydrates, because it's in fashion these days. These days people want to demonize carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are crucial. If they were so toxic to us, so bad to us, why do we store glucose in the muscle? How come we store it in the muscle? How come we are just great at transforming it into fat to protect us? The fat storing thing that we have is not a negative thing. The store fat ability that we have is a survival mechanism. It's a very, very good, tremendous survival mechanism. And how come we are able to convert sugar into fat if we need to? The same way we do it with protein. How come we store sugar in the muscle? How's that even possible? If that thing is not super, look, it does not make sense. Trust me, it does not make sense. It's just silly, because everything gets demonized in a certain era. We had the fat demonization where everybody hated fat. Don't eat red meat. Do not eat. See, if you go on YouTube and you watch bodybuilders' videos of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, everyone says red meat is bad. Red meat is bad. Your cholesterol is bad. Your cholesterol is this. Because that's what everybody was told. Now we are in a carbs era where everybody hates carbs. So now the bodybuilders, now they tell you, have a carb low diet, right? Have a good steak, red meat, everything changed. Everything just changed. These are just a train of thoughts. They're just, I don't know, people just carry for a long time. However, so if you had 2 boiled eggs, you would have destroyed, basically you would have equaled the protein shake, really, with no carbs in it. You know? So think about it when you take those funny powders. Do not trust those things. You don't know where they come from. Nobody knows. Not even who produced them. Like, it's really bad. So be cautious. Don't play around with these things. You know? Don't use any of that. Eat meat. Eat a balanced diet. Download yourself an app. I suggest MyFitnessPal. In my opinion, it's the best app for these things of all time. You can scan the products. It's tremendous. It's like seriously good. And it gives you a calories breakdown, and it tells you the truth. If you're honest with it, you will find out the truth. You hear that? You're gonna find out the truth. And then you work from there. Do you know what I mean? You work from there, bro. Anyway, guys, what is it that I wanted to talk about? As we speak, I am on a, let me see how much I think I am on I ate 1,600 calories. Let me tell you, it's rough. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna be sitting here telling you, I feel so good, I'm so light. No, man, I feel rubbish. You hear that? Because that's what it is, right? Dieting is not nice, but it's got to be done. And you feel super cool when you do it. Because it was crap, it was horrible. But I'm here now. The diet is not here no more. But I am, and look at this flipping body. That's how you gotta look at it. It's 15 weeks, you're a one-man army. One-man army. If you mess up, the war is over. The war is lost. Right? Anyway, I'm on a 1,651 calories, guys. With my daily goal being 1,810 calories. My forecast, I say it all the time. These are references, they're not perfect numbers, right? Because the body acts in an unpredictable way. So it's a reference, is an indication, right? Is that in 5 weeks, I'll be 67.5. Which will be awesome. And I think that will be my my low. I'll have to see, because I'm rocking it. Simple as that. And don't do what I do, right? Do not do what I do. This is my 10th cut, possibly. I skipped a 9th. I skipped one cut last year because I had a severe injury. So I did nothing. But other than that, I got years of experience, right? Do not do what I do, right? But in my case, I'm going on holidays on the 22nd of June, right? So I'm trying to push it to get to as lean as possible to the 22nd of June, because I wasn't meant to be cutting. I wasn't meant to do this. I wanted to bulk. I wanted to be one of them that bulks for like 3 years in a row. Alberto Castaldo, what's going on, my man? Tell me, son. Call some of your friends and tell them to subscribe. But anyway, I was starting to bulk. Yep. And about a month in, my intestine just gave up. I was doing it wrong. I was in a tough place because I had a bad loss during the winter. I lost a family member who was an absolute stud. A fitness fanatic, was my uncle, and taught me so many things. One of them old school people that train every day. They eat chicken and a tiny bit of pasta every day, lunch and dinner, and a little bit of milk for breakfast. An absolute soldier with an incredible physique till the last minute. And we had this terrible loss all of a sudden that got me. Look, guys, I'm a passionate individual. I don't know how to react to bad things. I don't know, right, these things, yeah? So I reacted badly. I said to myself, look, if that man could end like that with a tremendous discipline, what's the point of all this? You think like that sometimes. It's like, what's the point? What's this mess for? Give me a burger. Do you know what I mean? Give me a Coca-Cola. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the point? But then I figured something that I've been knowing for a long time. It's just that I never faced it. And it was that this is not for a long time. Don't matter what you do, right? This is for a good time. Good time only. Yeah? So yeah, I went crazy. I wanted to bulk dirty, right? Because I was mad with the things that happened, right? And but then my it's like the stars. Just my body refused to let go. My body just refused my action, and my intestine just shut down. And I am, as we speak, forced to eat super clean, super tiny. So it was kind of forced onto me. So I had to change out because I'm a guy that likes to thrive under bad circumstances. I like to thrive. When an obstacle like this show up, I like to thrive. Right? So I said, you know what? No problems. We're not going to bulk. No problems. We're going to get nice and shredded then. So I skipped. I changed it up. But at the same time, I'm going to be late for my holidays. That's why the videos are called training for mass. It's not training for cut. It's training for mass. Because when I started this thing, I was training for mass. To get bigger. Not to get leaner. You know what I'm saying? Let me check my food, guys. I'm getting a bad sore throat, man. Oh, this thing's cooking. I should have told you I could see this coming. right, guys. My man Alberto, you said what's up and you left. Damn it, bro. But anyway, guys, and if you want to be even more gangster, you can have 150 grams of liver, beef liver. That will give you 30 grams of proteins, 7 grams of fat, and 4 grams of carbs. And it's not a powder. Most importantly, it's food. You know what I'm saying? It's food, my man. Food. You know, favor food at all costs. Do you understand? Today the session of the day for me is incline chest press, 4 sets building up to failure. Bench press, 4 sets building up to failure. Bicep barbell curls, 4 sets to failure. Skull crush, same story, 4 sets building up to failure. Military press, same story. All right. An hour and 15 minutes, an hour 20 minutes, and you're done. And if you attack the weights in a dramatic and aggressive fashion, you get out of it massively pumped. You are doing chest, upper chest, you see biceps, triceps, and shoulders, right? And next time you do the same thing, but instead of having the chest workouts, you do the back to balance it out. Yeah, balance is key, guys. Balance is truly key. And I tell you what else is key. It's my hunger. So let me check out. I'm on 1,651 calories. I was very active today. I'm catching a sore throat as well, man. I hate that thing. I want to eat all my 1,800 calories today because I feel dead. You know what I'm saying? Dead. I really do feel I'm drinking salt water with the Himalayan salt in it, which is awesome, but I need my calories, guys. I need my calories. You know what I'm saying? So if I do this plus the thing that I'm having, which, let me find, I'm having I might be still good to go. Come on now. Right, so I'm gonna have some rice cakes with a carrot, boiled, obviously cooked. And I do that because of, not necessarily for the nutritional value, if I'm real with you, of vegetables, but it's because they help me go to the toilet. For the rest, they do nothing to me, to be honest. But they do help me go to the toilet. But for my vitamins and stuff, I look at meat. I look at food, like animal product, not vegetables. Guys, I think I'm good. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have 2 rice cakes, 1 courgette, 1 carrot, with half a spoon. Look how bad it is. That's gonna send me to 1,886 approximately, and that is absolutely great. It's 20 past 9 p.m. here in Italy. So I'm gonna have this and I'm gonna go straight to bed. The carbs in the carrots and the zucchini and the rice cakes will help me sleep. That's it, guys. I'm dropping knowledge. Thank you for the new subscribers. And thank you for the 2 likes. Thank you for everything. And I wish you a good night, guys. Yeah. God bless. Ciao, ciao.